Evening all, Marcus here, back again for another video, back again for another sort of VR video, and this is my VRArcade version 2, kind of. So the last couple of weeks I've been setting up a virtual reality arena. So basically kind of two arenas, a 6x9 meter space and a 6x6 meter space, which can technically support up to 14 players, but only have enough headsets at the moment for 8 players. But obviously if it does take off well and it's popular and it earns me actually some money, then I'll upgrade and I'll grab some more headsets and make it a bit more interesting. But for now, we'll see how it goes. Today is the launch, so today is the first day that we're going to be open. We've got a couple booked in, not too much. It is half price this weekend, so I was hoping to have a lot more people booked in. Funnily enough, more people are booked in for future dates than they have for this date, this weekend, when it's actually half price. They're paying full price, but fine. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, hopefully it'll all even out. But space has always been a limiting factor in my business. So in virtual reality, you need a fair bit of space to be able to play. So being able to do this, which is in an old House of Fraser, so like a great big kind of department store, they've kind of reopened it after it closed, and it's kind of lots of small businesses inside. So down on the ground floor, you've got sort of 30 odd sort of small businesses selling all sorts of things, from plants to household accessories to jewelry, perfume, all sorts of stuff. And then up on the first floor where I am, I've got this nice big bit of space, which is probably about as big as my arcade in Gloucester. And then also there's like some guys that are selling some beds and all that sort of stuff down there, sort of other bits at the moment, and soon there'll be other stuff as well. So the rent on this is relatively cheap. I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. Worst case scenario, I lose loads of money and I close my business. No, hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully it's going to be a success, it's going to make loads of money, and I'm going to be able to replicate this all over the country, all over the world. Well, that's the plan anyway. So let's stay tuned for this video to the end, and we'll sort of show you how the day kind of goes, and hopefully it goes nice and smooth. I'll show you kind of what the plan is and what we're doing. Right, everything's turned on now. Let's give you a quick sort of guided tour. So as you can see, we're in the middle of a sort of House of Fraser department store. First floor. Cool little banner I designed. I like that. I'm selling some of these sort of graphic stickers and stuff. I had these years ago from something else, so I'm going to donate those to the business and hopefully generate us a little bit of extra income here. 2 games for £15, 25 for 4, and say up to 8 players. And we are going to do 7th player free. So if you book for 8 players, one of you is free. Nice big banner here with the prices on, that sort of thing. And then here's the arena. Here's the biggest one with some seating over there. I put some LED lights around the edge over here. I don't know if you can really see them in the camera. Oh, you can. Nice big projector screen. It's a bit bright in here, so it's not the brightest projector screen, but it does the job. There's my personal projector up there, just to save myself some money. Put some little branding around the outside. It's technically like a pop-up, so you don't want to do anything too permanent. Nice little banner here. So we're doing Hero Zone games. So Hero Zone is like a free roam platform. It comes with these kind of games that you see on here. The reason why I chose that is partly at the time I chose it, it supported the most amount of players in the smallest amount of space. Seems really reliable, as in lots of people use it, and it's kind of got some really great feedback. Games are fun. They're short, fun, sort of 12-15 minute games. A lot of fun for people to play, and it also works offline. So the internet here is pretty much non-existent at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on with the internet, but I do have 5G and all that sort of stuff, so I can rely on that for now. Here's my blue arena. So that's the 6x6 one. That's the 6x9 one. So we've got sort of 2 arenas. That one can support 8. That one can support 6. Technically, you can fit more players into each of the spaces. It doesn't actually kind of limit you on however you want to do it, but you know, we'll keep it to kind of what it recommends. Nice big TV over here with the gameplay. So this is like the lobby for Hero Zone. So when people first load in, they go into this kind of like party room. They've got like a claw machine, a kind of arcade machine, basketball machine and stuff to play with, to keep them entertained for a few minutes before they actually get into the games. And then you can either kind of launch the games manually as an operator, or you can set it so they vote on the games they play. So we'll play it by ear a little bit. I think I'm probably going to do the voting thing quite a lot, because you can kind of set it and then almost leave it, which is great. And should be a one-man sort of operation to be able to run this. Maybe 2 if it's super busy all day. Here's our counter, an old sort of counter that was already here that we repainted blue, stuck some signs on it. some bits saying there's some CCTV. Got myself a nice little chair to relax on during the games. And then here's our headsets. We're using the Quest 2 headset. We've got 8 headsets all set up here, all with kind of battery packs. I've got a load of spare batteries out the back to keep it kind of going throughout the day. They're all calibrated, they're all kind of color coded. As you can kind of see, they're all kind of called that inside the game as well. And just by swapping between the Wi-Fi networks, there's one Wi-Fi router here that controls that one, and then there's a Wi-Fi router here that controls that one. And by swapping which Wi-Fi router they're on, they join the different arenas, which is relatively straightforward to do, in theory. Obviously, I've yet to put that into real practice. I've also got these kind of mini PCs. So I've got 2 of these. These are kind of the PCs that run the games. They run the servers, as it were. So these little sort of square PCs. A couple £100 each, and then a touchscreen screen on here to kind of manage it. So which means I can kind of click on things to change things, to manage the sessions, all just by touching the screen. I've got a keyboard just in case, because sometimes, you know, touch is a bit sort of unreliable, should we say. And if I want to very specifically do something or troubleshoot something, keyboard with a mouse, obviously good thing to have. Here's some of our rules. I'll talk through these with people. No running, never run, stay away from the red grid, that's the walls, don't hit each other, they're real people. As far as now, you have to tell people that. And the only reason people fall over is because they lean on things, so you've got to tell people not to do that. But other than that, some cleaning supplies there, some alcohol wipes, disinfectant wipes. Other than that, it's all pretty much set up, ready to go. As I say, I don't have anybody booked in till this afternoon, so hopefully I'll get a few more today. If I do, I'll obviously show you some video footage, or if I want to show my little fridge, look, my little £1 water fridge. You got some cold water in there, because it can be quite tiring, and I'm quite sure a lot of people would like a drink during or after their game. But hopefully I'll record some footage later of kind of how it's all going, give you a little bit of an update. Wish me luck. Alright, so now you get to vote on the games you want to do. So do you want to do the zombies, which is dead ahead?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you look at the big screen, is it behind you, is it? I think it's behind you. There you go. So you want to vote, point and click on the one you want to do. Dead ahead, the zombie one. Or Quantum Arena, you get to shoot each other. You're doing the zombie one. So you've got 3 different levels to choose from. Church, hospital, city. Vote for the one you want to do. And change it from easy mode. You don't want to do easy mode.
Fine. Okay, normal.
At least normal, yeah. Easy is far too easy. It's for little kids. And now you get to choose your character. So see those little figures? Go around, grab one, and you become that character. Oh! Watch out for each other. It's a little bit tricky to see on the projector screen. It's funny that it's cartoon zombies, but it still makes them jump.
That was crazy.
So that was my first group in. They really enjoyed it. Father and son, they were off to somewhere else, so they wanted a quick session, so they only had 2 games, but they said they'd actually be back next week with some friends. So they did Dead Ahead, which is a zombie one, and Arrow Song, which is like a bow and arrow one. And as I say, they really enjoyed it. They thought it was really cool. He did sort of say, the dad said, you know, it takes a second to kind of get used to it, because it is. Because when he first went in, he actually just stood still, and he was trying to use the joysticks to move around or something like that. I was like, no, walk over. You get to walk to where you want to get to. So he wanted to get to the basketball machine and throw some basketballs. But he was like, oh, it's not working. I was like, that's because you're not close enough. So you need to go wander over and actually physically touch it as if it was real. So once he got his head around that, which is actually quite surreal to think about, especially with somebody who plays, like myself, who plays a lot of room scale, where I'm kind of confined to a 3x3 meter space, actually being able to walk almost requires you to reprogram your brain. Which I think is kind of the future of VR, but the only trouble is in the UK you don't have the sort of space like this to be able to play these sort of games. UK living rooms are tiny. But that's the first customers, worked really well. I'm really pleased. It's a good start. I gave them 50% off because, you know, it's the launch weekend, and if they're coming back next week and they're going to pay full price, bargain. Let's encourage more of that, shall we? Here's a little beard cam. So I've got a little camera that's kind of being wafted by my beard on my chest, so I can be hands-free. You can kind of see there, it's the Insta360 Go 3S. Pretty cool little camera. Quite enjoying this little camera. So you can kind of see what's going on, and I can kind of film all sorts of stuff without having to get my hands kind of involved. It's fun. It films in 4K now, which is quite cool, and you get to have a little look around. Hopefully I've got some customers in a moment. They'll come and do some gaming, just playing some games. They've been to the VirtualReality, so they're coming to play here as well. Nice little supporters, so I appreciate their support. It's a bit tricky today because I'm on my own here. Really, I need somebody, like if somebody was with me downstairs or in the street giving out flyers, encouraging people to come up here. But because I'm on my own, I'm kind of a bit stuck. Because if I leave here, I've got to leave all the stuff here, which is, ropey. I probably need to maybe think in the future weeks I need to maybe just literally pay somebody to give out flyers in the street all the time while I'm actually open, or get some nice big huge sign to put out in the street that says I'm open. Because at the moment we do have signs downstairs saying we're up here, but do people know we're open? But then if they don't see us, will they come? I don't know. I guess it'll have to be something that I kind of evolve over the weeks that we're open, but we'll see. Having a bit of a sit down. So I've been too busy today. I had a few people in. You saw sort of a father and his son playing some games a moment ago. They had a lot of fun. They're kind of regular customers to the VirtualReality, so they wanted to kind of come out and kind of support us, which is really nice. Nice to see. Hopefully it'll sort of pick up a bit more. Obviously I could do with it being 10 times as busy as it was today. But it is tricky. When you first launch something, unless you're literally giving it away for free, I guess you don't get many people through the door. I was giving it away for half price. Didn't work as well as I'd hoped. I'm still optimistic that it's going to do well in the long run. Obviously, kids' holidays for summer holidays is due up soon, like in a month's time. So it gives me a few weeks to kind of nail this whole process down, get it going good. Hopefully get somebody in to maybe help run it and that sort of thing. And we'll go from there. But thanks for tuning in. I'm going to probably end the video there. Let me know in the comments down below if you've got any questions. If you kind of any questions about kind of how this sort of thing works, how the arcade's going, about me, about VR, any kind of questions you've got, just let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's fine. I'm big enough and ugly enough to take it. And that's me done. Have a virtual high five.